The Dance of the Sunflower Warrior. We were told to stay home and to be safe, but who among us knows how to be home? For me, being home means being in my studio. I'm so fortunate to have space to paint, practice yoga, and to live at my studio. During this time of sheltering in place, I have created a few spaces to paint here. One is inside with the air conditioning away from humidity. The second is on my screened-in patio away from the mosquitoes. And my third studio is outdoors in nature in my garden. This studio was created on the day that I wanted to work on a larger triptych. I had a vision of creating this piece called Dance of the Sunflower Warrior, a tribute to the resilience of nature and all of humanity. Dance of the Sunflower Warrior embodies my passions of yoga, painting, movement, and flowers. I often paint sunflowers with the warrior pose in mind. I see sunflowers as symbols of strength, empowerment, transition, and beauty. All of these necessary here, right now. In yoga, Dancing Warrior is a beautiful, breath-synchronized sequence that flows from one pose to the next, warming up the entire body, strengthening and releasing tension. Most of all, it shifts my mind right onto my yoga mat and away from the noisy world. When I'm on my yoga mat, I'm moving my body and I'm also painting the movement of my brush. If you have been following my work, you will notice that there are layers underneath all the paint that become part of the process that transform the work I create. I call it working from the inside to the outside, and then from the outside in. Here's what I mean in this piece. The painting inside is of me doing what I love and what gives me strength, my yoga practice. The black lines of paint that I use changes the image into something entirely different. My process is trusting my inner guide to place those black lines over an existing piece and allowing the magic of the composition to appear. When you've been practicing something for this many years, it naturally occurs. After the composition has confidently appeared, I paint from the outside in. In this case, I painted cerulean blue in all of the negative spaces to cover up all the noise of the piece underneath. I was tempted to call the painting finished at this point because I found it quite stunning at this stage in the process. But I'm a colorist. Choosing a color palette and mixing those colors makes my heart sing. Moving my brush on the canvas, adding in a color that I know will move the eye in a certain direction feels like a dance to me. I'm the choreographer when I set my paintbrush free. I've been asked why I paint sunflowers. My first thought is because sunflowers bring joy and light into places that may be dark, but they don't have to be. I've been an artist since I was 2. See, I've always been the sunflower girl. I just didn't know what it would mean. Even as a child, I enjoyed creating my beautiful world. I'm curious, what do sunflowers represent to you? Have you learned how to be home throughout this entire shelter at home time? Leave your message in the comments.